Alright, assuredly I draw an Anti-Venom or an Iron Lad, yes? So I should Psylocke. And if we brick, we probably just absorb Big Man so I can play Claw or Iron Man on 4, huh? Straw into the negative zone game. Coward! I am at my target weight for the time being. I've been floating in between 170 and 175 for a little bit, which I personally am fairly happy with. So this is a Doctor Doom, an Onslaught, or an Anti-Venom? If only the duck was in play. The problem is this doesn't win here. Does this beat Dagger coming over? Dagger would put them to 22. This only puts me to 20. I think they're moving Cosmo? I think that's unlikely. The Heimdall? Assuredly the negative zone lets us beat Heimdall, yes. Tried and true Heimdall losing the game. Move strategy.
Victory.
What's my height? I am exactly 6 foot. For people who haven't followed me talk about weight loss stuff, I went from a little over 220 to a little over 170 this year. So that we went to the doctor in February and he told me to lose some weight, so we listened. Is Supergiant worth opening for? Only if you like playing very niche control decks. What worked for you? Eating less food is the secret to losing weight. It's a pretty convoluted method, but if you stick to it, it'll work out. The power of the portion. Yep. We have Iron Man for the Monster Island, which is nice. Oh, I figured that was a bounce card. Yeah, they must have Falcon then, yes. Apparently, Agent Venoming Agent Venom makes the game a little bit unhappy. Anti-Venom, sorry, not Agent Venom. We're running out of board space, gamers. Did you release a video of your opinion on the card that's been out for less than an hour? No, believe it or not, gamer, I haven't released an opinion on the card that's been out for less than an hour. Maybe by the time we're done with the stream today, I'll have an opinion. Well, I mean, does this ever win the game? Assuredly, this wins the game some of the time, yes? Some amount of the time, this wins the game. Where's my sunspot? Gives us 16 on the right. It gives us 11, 14, 19 on the left, and it gives us 23 in the middle.
Do rules all.
Rip. You usually drop videos on cards when they're about to come out. Nope, haven't done that in a very long time. So what was the last time I released a video on a card before it came out? It's probably been close to a year.
3D.
I haven't even been doing post card release video reviews that are formal because most of the cards they've been releasing are so bad they're just not worth reviewing. Plan to release card reviews of next month's cards, given you seem excited for that batch of cards. It's really going to depend on how Pokemon Pocket stuff goes. I don't intend to stop streaming Marvel Snap, but if Pokemon Pocket stuff goes well, I think I will likely pull back from making Snap YouTube content. I'll have, like, the daily deck uploads from stuff we play on stream, but that'll probably be it. The edited Snap channel has performed increasingly more mediocre as time has gone on, so it's hard to justify putting time into it. Pokemon Pocket. Pokemon Pocket is a new digital offering from Pokemon that comes out later tonight on Android and iOS. It's the Pokemon TCG game re-imaged for the 21st century in a more modern setting. The gameplay's been very good that I've played so far. I have a second dedicated channel for it that's been performing all right. Yeah, it drops tonight. I think we're probably dead here, but if they let us limp, we'll limp for one. It's another content creator. Oh. Let's put this over here to stop the nebula. We beat that, yeah? Oh. Pokemon Pocket games usually last somewhere between 7 and 10 minutes.
Victory.
The algorithm only shows me stream content now for some reason. The edited content doesn't come up. Yeah, so, and that's one of the reasons why YouTube's always my secondary platform. So about a month or so before I started putting the non-edited deck highlights on the other YouTube channel, the YouTube algorithm basically started burying the Hoaglandia Snap channel. Just like, quite regularly, people were coming in and being like, I didn't even know you uploaded. I don't see them in my feed anymore. And just like, all the view counts on everything just like, cut in half overnight. Just like, truly a platform where you are completely at the mercy of however their backend works. Then the unedited YouTube stuff on the Jeff Hoagland channel actually performs pretty well. Those videos consistently at like 7,000 to 10,000 views, which is not bad considering the amount of work they take. Ironland Human Torch. Oh, they're just airship nonsense. Okay. I was like, oh, that's interesting. No, it's not interesting at all. Save $10 on Into the AM with your code. Figured I'd share some of that with you. Thanks, Magic Man, for checking out the sponsor. Hope your clothes are great. Oh, that's our Iron Lad. It is, yes. Jeff, it makes me feel uneasy when you tell people to eat less to lose weight. I have a few friends who developed eating disorders because of that mindset. I am not a dietitian, and I am not giving other people diet advice. I am speaking to my personal lived experience that the way that I achieved weight loss was from eating less calories. You cannot, and you should, not you can, you definitely can. You should not be taking health advice from random talking head on Twitch.tv. And to make it very clear, I didn't start eating nothing. When you hear me talk about the details of what I talk about, because even when I talk about my lived experience, I'm very careful about what I say. I'm honestly a little fucking offended the more I think about you telling me you're mad about what I said. I talked very specifically about how I stopped eating 100% of restaurant portions and how I stopped eating fourth meals and snacks. At no point does anything I say when I talk about my lived experience forward the idea that you should have some type of eating disorder. And I get that people with eating disorders exist, but I'm actually very specific about what I talk about, and I've approached what I've done in a very healthy, reasonable way. And I'm not telling people to do exactly what I did, but I'm also like, I'm not saying I ate nothing and starved myself. The average restaurant meal portion in America is an incredible amount of calories. Even eating half of a lot of them is more calories than most adults should be eating in a meal. Yeah, people love to actually like try and make me out to be a bad person. It's very frustrating. Almost as frustrating as constantly queuing into Aeroshim. It's actually just like makes this game so awful. I mean, I don't think it's accurate to say I was under the care of a medical doctor. Like, my doctor saw I was 220 pounds. I was like, hey, you should probably drop at least 20 pounds. But he didn't give me specific guidance on how to do that. Drink more water, but you could die if you drink more water. That's true. That's accurate. None of the cards, Anti-Venom and Iron here are both kind of mid.
Wind, aid my hand.
Well, kinda whatever. Yes, that's also true. I also frequently and generally emphasize the amount of time I spent achieving the weight loss that I've achieved. I talk about it being over the course of a year. I dropped a very reasonable and healthy 5 to 8 pounds a month over the course of like, gosh, 9 months? 8 months? Howard! We're so dead. Am I dead? Does this beat? Nah, this loses to Infinite in the middle.
Escape.
Is this art in the web shop worth $10? I don't think anybody can tell you the answer to that one, bud. Only your heart of hearts can answer that one for you. I'll be curious to see how Agent Venom how Agent Venom performs on the stats, but I gotta be honest, the more I'm playing with this card today, the less impressed I am by it. My opinion is kind of sliding lower the more I play. Anti-Venom, the card we're playing with. Dodge a tech card, we can dodge a ball.
I am Iron Man.
My body's ready to die to Rogue. I guess there's also a chance that they just beat 14 over here too, yeah? You're supposed to retreat here. I'm gonna stay if they let us stay for 2 and show you how we die. This has definitely been the worst 2 months of snap releases in a long while. Hopefully next month is better. They look better. At surface level, they look much better. Next month's releases look much better. Is playing Doom better? Playing Doom makes me much worse in the center, but probably not by enough that it matters. Yeah, I think you're right. I think Doom's better.
Doom rules all.
I've regretted basically every card I've opened for the last couple of months. Yeah, I think that's accurate. There hasn't really been, like, Agent Venom is, like, the only real super playable card from the last couple of months. And it's a Season Pass card. Like, I guess Silver Sable's in there too, but Silver Sable doesn't really define her deck. She's just, like, a good 1 energy card. Scorn's fine. Yeah, Scorn's fine in the 1 deck that it goes in, but, like, that deck already existed before her, right? Yeah, I think if you asked me to pick out I'm biased, obviously, but Toxin's definitely my favorite release for the last couple months behind Agent Venom, just at a low bar. You explain the gameplay of Pokemon Pocket like I dumb. I won't, actually. You should wait for it to release, and you should play the 5-minute tutorial. The game is very straightforward to pick up. It does a like Marvel Snap, it does a really good job of having a lot of depth in gameplay while being very simple to learn the basics of. Rather than me throwing bits and pieces at you, you'd be better off just poking at it yourself. Someday, they will take the frequency of things like Central Park and Shadowland to make them less common, but today is not that day. The Anti-Venom animation is really good, I agree.
I
supreme.
Misery! Misery's a card that would have been a really sweet release in a very different metagame. Misery is 100%, it's sad that we're living in... It's sad that we're living in a world where Cosmo's in 30% of the decks. Because Misery's got a neat design. It's just Marvel snaps a game riddled with tech cards. There actually hasn't been much Mobius so far today, and honestly, there might not be a lot of it because Anti-Venom does not seem very good. I think we're rolling a little bit low with it, but I also think the expectation is that you're going to roll low with it a lot of the time. I think Misery should be a 3 cost. That would be pretty pushed. Draw. I was gonna play Grandmaster out just to clear the Black Vortex, but happy to go Psylocke. I think anytime there's a card like Anti-Venom that potentially offers you... Oh god, it's another Airship deck. I think anytime there's a card like Anti-Venom that offers you potentially good cube equity, it's worth exploring the idea that it might be better than it looks at face value. Oh, you know what though? This means I can't Absorbing Man Psylocke. I can Absorbing Man Dr. Doom though! Lovely. Wait. I don't even know if that's good though. Like, is that good? Might be fine.
Doom rules all. Escaped.
There is a series of strategy guides going up on my Pocket channel this week. The first 2 are already up. We'll have another one up tonight before the global release happens. Yeah, we have yet to hit. We've been playing this deck for almost 25 minutes, and we've not hit Claw, Iron Man, or Onslaught in any of those games. We had Dr. Doom one time, and we still narrowly lost that game, unfortunately. All of these decks would really love old Zabu, and I'm so sad that they got rid of it. The 1 energy Zabu is such a freaky miss. It's so bad. Like I would love to be able to play 2-3 on reveal Zabu in this deck. Like these 4-drop heavy decks just like wanted a second Psylocke. Okay.
Behold my mighty hand. Behold my mighty hand.
Order for Mystique. Yeah, I guess that could have mattered. It doesn't though. We're only playing. She only has one other thing here that she works with. Is Howard bad in this deck? Howard's bad in every deck that's not the Spectrum deck, so yeah, he's probably bad in this one. Oh, I don't know what other payoff we'd put in here, though.
Victory.
Oh, this is Dara. I had no idea. We haven't played Ladder in forever, so we haven't queued into him. Even with Howard is good in our hearts, yep. My initial impression on Anti-Venom is I would be very surprised if he's a must-have card for competitive. The jury is still out on if he's a card you can play and not feel embarrassed about playing him. But I would be surprised if he's going to be a defining card. It's Luke Cage into Claw into Onslaught. They're probably playing Rogue, maybe. That's great. I'm not playing a deck full of answers, I'm playing a deck full of things. They're gonna hit us with a tech card, they're gonna hit us with a tech card. Just got to like shrug and move on, gamers. Yeah, I talked about this before Agent Venom released, but I genuinely wouldn't be surprised if the best Agent Venom deck is just like Sarah Control with Agent Venom shoved in.
Behold my mighty hand. Victory.
We beat the Mobius, I guess. I guess. I just want you to know that if you hear me say Agent Venom instead of Anti-Venom while I'm playing a deck that only has Anti-Venom in it, you know what I mean. Don't be an annoying pendant in my chat. Oh, you know what? At the risk of FOMOing some of you nerds, you know who Anti-Venom might end up being sweet with? I thought about this because this just flipped up. Anti-Venom might be sweet with, Anti-Venom might be sweet with, what's her name coming next month that copies the next card the last cards you played? Yeah, Frigga. Thanks for the FOMO, streamer. I do what I can. I do what I can.
Opponent snapped.
I mean, I'm probably supposed to leave here, but we're gonna stay for the sake of making content, I suppose. Wait, that was your step? Excuse me? Seems like all the recent releases are designed to not be great on release, but get better as other current releases. I don't know if that's fair. Most of them have just been kind of mid in general. So that feels a little conspiratorial. It's a damn shame we don't have Luke Cage. Luke would add a lot of power to the board. Don't you absorbing middle. No, I'm not winning the left, so I want to play for the center as hard as possible. As we win the game here because we did exactly that. Yeah.
Victory.
The claw. I mean, like, that was an Anti-Venom game. We did some stuff because of the cloning vets. You know. Speaking of doing stuff, let's do some Twitch stuff and run some adverts. We'll see you in 120 seconds. Thanks for hanging out. Don't go anywhere. Jeff, what Pokemon Pocket Pack would you recommend at the beginning? I'll have a video covering exactly that with detailed breakdowns up on the Pocket channel in a couple of hours before the release goes live. I expect that's going to be a very commonly asked and searched for question. Who says you can't do comedy? Who says you can't do comedy in 2024? Indamunk, thank you for the 2 months. I appreciate the prime. Both campaigns release ads showing Trump's most racist comments. Yes, Pokemon Pocket's supposed to be releasing tonight. It would be funny if it wasn't said. I mean, the Bazaar is coming out the same way Pokemon Pocket came out last month, though, right? In fact, the Bazaar you have to, like, buy entry into, even though it'll be free to play long-term, right? It's a pay for early access type thing. Beck, thank you for the over 5 years. Welcome back. Bazaar. The Bazaar is a auto battler drafting game that's been worked on by an old card game content creator, Raydad, for a decade. Half a decade? Decade-ish. I don't expect that I'll try it on stream before the full release in January, but I'm glad people are excited about it. There's definitely been a lot of organic interest in it. PC and mobile for the Bazaar. Still playing Arcane Rush. We have a Arcane Rush thread under Gaming General in the Discord server. If you want to chat about it, Azir Berserker. I've actually also still been playing Arcane Rush. It's a very reasonable numbers go-up game. Gonna be doing I might actually be doing a couple more sponsored sessions for them because they were happy with the results, which works for me because the game's been fun. Darn it, Onslaught! You're supposed to stay on in my deck for one more turn. What about Anti-Venom and Galactus? Someone time that commenter out. What about Anti-Venom and Galactus? Out! Oh, you know what? Maybe I'm supposed to Iron Lad the Doctor Name this turn. I think we got him. This gives me 1428 here. I think we got him.
I am Iron Man.
Do rules all.
Minions to me.
Alright, we've got, like I said, we were low rolling at the start. We've had some okay Anti-Venom games. Howard here informed our Anti-Venom and Iron Lad decisions a little bit. Obviously, the duck is quacked. Oh, I just realized, chat, when I post a deck highlight with this tonight on the Snap channel, I'm gonna have Howard decks 2 days in a row. Do you think the videos will suffer posting busted duck decks 2 days in a row? Get your duck stonks now, gamers. What a mighty star he has risen to be. Howard is Series 3, yeah, so. Don't you dare. Don't you dare! I assume we're dead here. I can wait to see what this is, but I don't think there's any that save us.
Escape.
This deck desperately wants 2 energy, Zabu. Desperately. Alright, Iron Man's still in my deck, gamers. Saying there's a chance.
Forever.
Anti-Venom's looking like a real stinker. Like a real poopy diaper. I had such high hopes for you, bud. Thought maybe you could be marginally better than Toxin. We are not marginally better than Toxin.
Escaped.
The generally agreed upon that Toxin is bad/mid. Toxin is just nothing to write home about. It's just beast redundancy or slightly different. It goes into exactly one archetype and does an all-right thing there that's playable, but it's nothing to write home about. It's like Scorn. You know? Scorn's fine, and she goes into a fine deck, and you're happy to have her, but... But, like, to give you context, Scorn is the first new Marvel Snap card release that I didn't get a variant for on the first day in. God, when was the last time I didn't get a variant on day 1 for a card? Years. It's been years. Oh, I guess Nocturne technically, because they only released one variant for her and it was bad. Okay, sure. Sure, you got me on that one. Nocturne I didn't have a variant for on day 1. Because her only variant was Poop Soup. I still want a Nocturne variant. It's actually incredible to me that one hasn't been commissioned. Or, one hasn't been released. They actually have one commissioned that's still just, like, nowhere to be seen. Our deck's just actually doing nothing again, right? Like, I'm drawing Luke Cage next turn and then nothing happens and we die. Alright, I guess we'll, like, 1 or 2 more games, but it might be time to move on. Barnacle Goose, thank you for the 1.5 years. Sure, Anti-Venom looks bad when you consider the average game with him, but have you also considered that he's thoroughly average on a high roll? Oh, man. Funny, because it hurts. Damn it, Howard!
Escaped.
That is gonna be it for Marvel Snap for me for this week. Pokemon Pocket launches later tonight, and if it launches as expected, I'll be back for a second stream with Pocket. We'll be doing Pocket all day, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You want some good intro topic stuff on that? I'm gonna have a bunch of guides going up on my YouTube channel, Hooglandia Pocket over there. Anti-Venom as a final wrap-up seems unfortunately pretty mediocre. Maybe someone else will figure something out, but my few first couple of ideas felt pretty mid. I think the joke about even when it high rolls, it's still only okay, unfortunately lands very, very true. I will hopefully see some of y'all back again tonight and catch you on the flip side.